There is something I'd like to ask you. Coming from Poland, from the set of not so perfect parents and the darkness in many ways than one, coming to this country 20-some years ago, not consciously, I didn't know that I created it till I created it. And I'm thinking, gosh, I had to jump continents, countries. Is it just simply for the expansion of who I am? Of the expansion of this universe? Because my choice coming to that environment before I was born. So we can have the conversation right now about it, or all the experiences on the way, wonderful in many ways.
Well, it's such a big question and a common question. And we want to give such a simple answer that you don't ever want to ask that question again.
Okay, I'm ready.
And the question is, why did such and such have to happen? Mm-hmm. And we said, nothing had to happen. Mm-hmm. But your grid has been filling in and filling in and filling in and filling in and filling in. So some of it is because of the intentions that you held before you were born. Mm-hmm. Some of it is because of the intentions that you pick up along your physical trail. In other words, at the beginning of the segment today, our friend is dreaming for someone that he cares about coming here and having a lively and delicious experience. Contrast is such a wonderful thing. When you talk about the darkness in many ways of your earlier life, we want to say out of darkness comes the desire for lightness. And when you are in the vibration of the lightness, then you bless the darkness that inspired it. Yeah. We talked earlier today about, do you really believe that negative emotion is a bad thing, that contrast is a bad thing? Because we know for sure that it isn't. We know that it's a clarifying thing. We know that it's a defining thing. We know that it's a focusing thing. And so the simple answer that we want to give you that makes you not need to ask those kinds of questions again is that things are always working out exactly right. Mm-hmm. And that if instead of wondering how you got here and what it took to get you here, if you just stand where you are and think about now what, that perhaps is the best question, the best focusing question that any of you could ever ask yourself in any moment in time. Now what? Now what? Mm-hmm. In that expectant now what, meaning now, because now is where all of your power is. Now is where the juncture of you and you meet. Now is where you hold it under or you let it float. In other words, that's what now is. You're holding it under to some degree or you're letting it float now. So now what? Meaning, now what will be the grid filling in experience in response to what I've established now? And we think it is so lovely that the grid fills in and you say, oh, not so much. Now what? Oh, not so much again. Now what? More of the same? Are you kidding me? Now what? Now what? Now what? Until you show yourself that you have control over now what, because you have control over your response, you see. You have the ability to step back from it. You have the ability to get closer. You have the ability to talk about it and keep it going, or you have the ability to not talk about it and slow it down. You have the ability to think about it and keep it going, or you have the ability to not think about it and slow it down. You have the ability to increase the momentum or to slow the momentum. Now what? Now what? Because the question means, now what am I doing vibrationally? And now how is the universe responding to the what that I'm now doing? And the what that you're now doing is vibrational, vibrational feeling, vibrational feeling, vibrational.
Thank you. I think I knew that answer, but I wanted to hear it from you.
We like that you have past that is not as wonderful as what you prefer. We want it to always be that way. We want every single thing that you've ever lived, no matter how great it was, no matter how many people were cheering for you, no matter how young and beautiful you think you were at the time, no matter what, we want what is past to be less delicious than the now. And we promise you that it can be that way when you get the hang of this now what. Now what, universe, are you going to surprise me with in terms of timing and details that's a match to the preparation that I've made? Because this morning I awakened and I sat with my grid and I had 16 spots that I was going to find an emotional word to stick in. And I wrote what I wanted to feel. I wrote ease. And then I felt what that means to me. And then I wrote kind. And I felt what that means to me. And then I wrote fun. And I felt what that means to me. And then I wrote love. And I felt what that means to me. And then I wrote sure. And I felt what that means to me. And then I wrote, 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 and then I wrote. And by the time I'd written 12 or 16 or 20 words, and I felt what it means to me. I felt what fun means. I felt what sure means. I felt what clear means. I felt what full means. I felt what vitality means. I felt what exhilaration means. I felt what happy means. The words are meaningful to me, and they are triggers. They are vibrational triggers for me. They're big words, and they are general enough. And as I wrote them and felt them this morning, first thing, and wrote them and felt them this morning, first thing, and wrote them and felt them, I have established, universe, I'm giving you my awareness. I have established a grid that must fill in with details that are vibrationally same as that. So I expect fun today, and I expect to be kind and to find kind. I expect to feel love and to receive love. I expect to be clear and to be with those who are. I expect good timing jokes to arrive for me. I expect the punchline to knock me over because it is so appropriate to what I've been living. I expect to flow through traffic, and I expect to feel like a partner with all of the co-creators on the freeways and on the backways. I expect
Yes.
I expect manifestation in kind to the grid work that I have accomplished, because I understand that like water flows downhill, there is a law and a momentum. And tomorrow I will write it again. And tomorrow I will fill in the details with my memory of what happened today that matched those things. I will use every excuse in the world to shore up my vibration of love, my vibration of fun, my vibration of kind, my vibration of well-being, my vibration. I will shore up those vibrations, meaning I will make them active within me, because I have the ability to focus in this enlightened way on thoughts that are meaningful to me. I will create a vibrational grid, and I will take notice with every detail, every specific detail that will flow into my experience today. And I will be going, yes, 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 as I watch the universe support me in its awareness of me, in its love of me, as I revel in the goodness of me, of the rightness of me, of the good timing of me, of the perfect timing of me, of the well-being of me. I'm going to revel in the evidence of all of that goodness coming to me, coming to me, coming to me, coming to me. And like our friend, I'm going to move through life radiating this signal that makes people see me. They don't know why they're seeing me. What's going on with that guy? I want some of that. I don't even know what it is, but I want some of that. I want some of that, you see. And then, the rendezvous with the thoughts and ideas, the rendezvous with the producers and directors, the rendezvous with the people who have the money and the others who have the ideas, the rendezvous with the life partners, the rendezvous with everything that is necessary. The rendezvous will flow not at the wrong time, at the right time. Not at an awkward time, at a perfect time. Not at a time when you don't have time to comprehend it and receive it fully, but a time when you do have time to take it in fully. In other words, you have a universe that is catering to you. You have a concierge in the sky that knows who you are and what you want and where everything that you want is and where you stand in relationship to everything you want. You have those who know with precision what the next logical step for you is and who will guide you to the thought that will allow it, you see. It's like Esther looking for something that she can't find, and then all of a sudden she thinks of something else that she wants, that she knows where it is, and when she goes to get that, what she's looking for is right next to that. Now, how do you figure that out? You gotta know somebody knew where it was and knew what was the logical way to lead you to it, you see. And everything is like that. Somebody knows where what you want is and knows the logical path to lead you to it. But you gotta help. You got to chill out. You got to like yourself more. You got to be kinder to yourself and others. You got to laugh more and play more. You got to make less work out of things. You got to lighten up. You've got to kick up some dust and get out. You got to get outside more. You got to get outside more and breathe more deeply more and bask in the deliciousness of your planet more and spend more time with the furry little critters of your planet who already know well-being, who, if you'll just sit and pet your cat or somebody's cat, find a cat, for God's sake, find a cat or anything furry, and let it train you into a frequency that will cause you to allow enlightenment.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed.